Thank you for tuning in once again to Mount Tabor Grand Lodge YouTube channel. I want to welcome you, and we're starting a new year, so this is good. This is good. You know, since January 2018, these videos have been provided to spark thought and serve as wise counsel for anyone, man or woman, Mason or Eastern Star, who wish to elevate and improve themselves and their lives, to better provide for their family or to be of better service and added value to their fellow man. So we strive to do that and to be good at that. Now, I do want to give you a disclaimer if I haven't before, and that is I don't claim to know it all, nor do I claim to be an expert. I just try and raise issues and concerns that any shakers and movers, any people that want to get things done, should concern themselves with and should address within themselves periodically. Okay? Now, having said all of that, if you've been watching and listening, and I'm going to say listen because a young man told me that he listened to my videos from Dallas all the way to Tennessee. So that was really, that was a positive, whatever. That really helped me solidify this program. But it did point out something to me that I hadn't thought about. You really don't need to see this. Listening is the key. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But if you've been listening to our videos and you've benefited from any of them, I'm asking you to support us by making a Cash App donation. You can go on, you all know how to do the Cash App, but you can donate whatever your heart guides you to donate. And that would be appreciated because with those donations, we can further our cause. More desirably than making a Cash App donation is for you to go on Amazon.com and buy Masonic Maturity through Scripture. Now you would think Masonic Maturity is geared towards Masons. Not true. It's geared towards people, men, women, Masons, Eastern Stars, anyone that want to be a shaker and a mover. This book takes you from out in the rain, as I call it. You come in out of the rain, and it takes you all the way through where you should be what we call in the world shakers and movers. Basically, in the spiritual realm, you're in connection and you're walking with the Spirit of God, which makes you, gives you your peace, power, and prosperity. So this book, Masonic Maturity Through Scripture, is available in paperback and Kindle. The other beautiful thing about buying the book is that you have to read. Yeah. A word on reading. I looked that up, wanted to know 7 benefits, best benefits to reading. Number 1, it provides mental stimulation. Number 2, it will aid in stress reduction and cause you to have better health. Number 3, it increases your knowledge and your vocabulary. It also, number 4, will improve your memory ability. And then this is a good one. The 5th one is that it develops stronger analytical thinking skills. You know, in Masonry, we say we're not going to tell you what to think. We're going to aid you in developing how to think. Number 6, it improves your focus and concentration. And if you're going to go anywhere, if you're going to become a power person, if you're going to get done what you set out to do, you're going to have focus and concentration. And then number 7, it helps you to become more decisive. That's a plus in any way you cut it. So reading is a major contributor to elevation and increase in life. Reading this book will aid you in your quest for peace, power, and prosperity. Now, so much for the commercial. If you haven't listened to January 3rd and 17th videos, please do so before you listen to this video. In fact, if you have listened to them, go back and listen to them again before you listen to this one. And I say that because spaced repetition is good for you. You see, the more you hear, the better chance you have of hearing. Think of a song that you know and you can sing. You have to hear that song repeatedly so that you could memorize it. So the more you hear, the better and the more you will retain what is in the videos. From the conception, Mount Tabor videos have been presented as building blocks for elevation of your peace, power, and prosperity. And these are the results of your attitude and character, which you're in 100% control of. You should never, ever, never, ever give anybody control of your character or your attitude. I love a phrase I heard way back in the 70s. Powerful man said, people cannot get your goat if they don't know where it's tied up at. So you never give anybody your attitude or control over your attitude and your character. You see, we can teach skill, but we cannot teach attitude and character. And your purpose in life will rise up out of the development of your attitude and your character. Now, let me make this clear. Becoming a Mason is not and should not ever be the end game. Freemasonry is a vehicle to aid in the completion of your purpose for existing. You see, Jeremiah 29:11, the Lord tells us that He knows the plans He has for us, plans for welfare and not evil. Also to give us a future and a hope. You see, the creator of a thing will always know for which it was created. What is God's plan? What was God's plan for you when He created you? What is your purpose? You must ask, and the best form of asking is prayer. Seek, and then knock for the answer. You can't and won't ever be totally happy going from one good feeling to the next good feeling. You see, the in-between is too hard. Knowing your purpose will bring you joy. It'll bring joy into your life no matter what the circumstances are. Happiness, as I said once before, is tied to circumstances, moments. But joy travels with you always. Knowing your purpose will provide direction and it will strengthen you during the ebbs and flows of life. So once you identify your purpose, okay, then you can begin to identify where your legacy is going to be built. Now, I did a little research on the internet, trying to find out where can I find my purpose in life. What books can I read? Surprisingly enough, I didn't see any that recommended the Bible. Now, we're spiritual creatures. We're spiritual beings. Why would we look for a spiritual answer in a worldly setting? So again, we must ask, seek, and knock. And the best way to ask is prayer to our spiritual Father. You see, the world is a big place. No one person, no one group can provide all that is needed. In 1 Corinthians 12:14, it tells us that the body is not one member but many. So is the Masonic order, so is the world. And you see there are 7 spheres of influence, or as they call mountains of culture. And within one of those mountains of culture lies your God-given gift. And now Proverbs 18:16 tells us that a man's gift shall make room for him and will bring him before great men. Proverbs 22:29 says, see the man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings. With these two proverbs in mind, we are led to our 7 basic duties of Freemasonry. And they plain and easy. Number 1, it requires of a man to be honest in his contracts. 2, sincerity in affirming. Number 3, simplicity in bargaining. Number 4, faithful in performing. Now that's a big one, because when you agree to do something, it's done. A person should be able to turn around and walk away and never worry about it again. The world don't operate that way right about now. There are all sorts of excuses as to why I couldn't come and get you when you had a flat tire. If my dog got sick, my cat pregnant, or whatever the case may be. But once I commit, it's a done deal, and you should be able to take it to the bank. Number 5 is to sleep little and study much. Number 6 is to say little and to hear and think much. Number 7 is to learn that he may be able to do, and then do earnestly and vigorously whatever the good of his fellows, his country, and mankind may desire. So, Masonic membership not only benefits the person, the Mason or the Eastern Star, but it should benefit everybody that you see, meet, and know. And you're working, remember, in your mountain of culture, your sphere of influence. You see, the duties of a Mason are performed under the watchful, all-seeing eye. And that all started back in Genesis. Let's look at 1:28, when God created man and woman, blessed them and told them to be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth, subdue it, and have dominion over the fish in the sea, the birds of the heaven, and every moving creature on earth. Now, that kind of tells us that man is not supposed to be dominant over another man. In identifying our purpose, we find what area, what sphere of influence or mountain of culture we're supposed to be in, we were created for, and that's where we focus. Okay? Man was created to focus in on one of those mountains of culture, one of those spheres of influence, and contribute to the whole, which is the world. You see, people who discover their purpose attract people who have discovered their purpose. So, old folks say birds of a feather flock together, but actually like kinds attract each other. Within the pages of the Holy Bible lies the key to unlock your God-given gift and purpose. Again, I did the research, I couldn't find it. But I'm going to guarantee you read the Bible in searching for your purpose and your God-given gift, you will find it. You should travel those pages in the Bible not as one person, but as two. Okay? You should have a companion when you're going through that Bible. You will find out who that companion is in John 14:26. And you'll like him. Your life is to be purpose-driven and not live by every whim and whimper that the world throws at you. So in order to get on track, stay on track, you're going to need aid and assistance. If you surround yourself with strong people, you will always be protected. Question, are you protected? Are you strong? Proverbs 15:22 proves that we are interdependent creatures, telling us that without counsel, our plans will fail. But with many advisors, they will succeed. This is where the Masonic Order can become a key player and valuable asset in your life. Now, you've heard it before. Write down what you wish to get, what you wish to do or accomplish. Put it in plain sight, multiple places, your car, your refrigerator, your mirror, etc., etc., etc. Here's where that comes from. Habakkuk 2:2. Read it for yourself. It says, "And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain on tables, that he may run that read it." So a lot of these old sayings that you grew up with and you've heard people say, or you talk to some old men and they give you those little, what we call cliches or whatever, they are biblical based. They are biblically sound. So what we're saying again, ask, seek, and knock to identify your purpose. Write it down. Read it often. And apply the 7 duties of Freemasonry to it. And you will be better than okay. Here's maybe something you might want to look at. Write down the tenets of our profession. Write down the cardinal virtues. Okay? Identify which one you most relate to, or that relates to you and your personality most. That might be your gift. Might be where your gift is. And it would be tied to your purpose, which would be tied to your legacy. So, happy hunting on your purpose finding or search. Find it. Let me know how you're coming up, how it turns out. Feel free to contact me, give me a call, or just email me, send me a message. I get a ton of messages. I don't always get them all. So if you want to respond, you might want to email me. But I do appreciate the ones on the YouTube channel, and I try and respond to those too. Okay? So, here at Mount Tabor Grand Lodge, we strive to be of added value to you. We ask that you support our efforts. Follow, and share us on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. Mount Tabor Grand Lodge, we don't levitate, we elevate. Thank you very much.